In the back passenger seat of the sinking car is a 3-year-old boy trapped in his car seat.
I felt like I was dying. Not so much for me, but for the child. I lived a little, but he had just turned 3.
The father, Orlando Bورون, says he lost control of his car trying to avoid an oncoming vehicle and then crashed into a canal. Even as police arrived, he refused to leave his son's side.
That's what I saw when I got there. It was the father trying to hold on to his child, saying he can't get the kid out of the water.
When Miami-Dade police officers responded to the scene, Officer Emmanuel Walton immediately dove into the murky waters multiple times, each time coming up empty-handed.
Every time he would actually come out and he wouldn't come out with the baby, it did worry us.
Minutes later, Officer Walton somehow located and freed the boy.
Eventually, I felt the baby seat, the car seat, and I pulled it as hard as I could because I couldn't figure out where the seatbelt was or anything of that nature. Luckily, it broke off and the child was able to pop up to the top of the car.
Extricating little Christopher from his car seat was only half the challenge.
After the third set of CPR, he pretty much threw up the water that was inside his stomach.
Okay, baby. Officer Junior Clerval says he thought of his own son as he attempted CPR over and over again.
Emotionally, it was the worst day of my life, but also the best day of my life.
These officers, all of whom are fathers, credit their teamwork for beating the odds in a canal where they've seen most accident victims lose their lives.
Us all being fathers, that day they answered the call to that being their own. I remember when I was going to the hospital with the kid, I left my gun belt, I left my shoes. I was in the back of the ambulance like a normal civilian. It wasn't really about doing my job. It was more about, saving the day. I felt like more of a human being, more of a police officer, honestly.